Thomas Edison had a very strange routine. He would sit in his favorite armchair to take a nap, but he always held a heavy steel ball in his hand, suspended right above a metal plate on the floor. The mechanics of this routine were simple. The moment he drifted into a deep sleep, his muscles would relax, the steel ball would drop, and the loud crash would instantly jolt him awake. He wasn't trying to rest, he was trying to catch a biological glitch. By waking up at the exact threshold between being awake and being asleep, Edison could access strange, non-linear ideas that his waking, logical mind could never conceive. Other historical geniuses, including Albert Einstein, utilized this exact same transitional sleep state to solve complex physics problems. For the top 1% of historical minds, sleep functioned as a strategic window for problem solving rather than a total biological shutdown. Now compare that to how most of us spend our final waking minutes. We lie in bed scrolling through digital feeds, absorbing negative news, or mentally looping through all our worries for the next day. Bringing that anxiety into the transition of sleep has a severe biological consequence. You are effectively forcing your nervous system into an 8-hour continuous loop of practicing stress. People work incredibly hard during the day to build their lives, sweating for their goals, only to inadvertently spend their nights reinforcing the very mental patterns that lead to failure. The final 2 minutes of consciousness dictate the chemical and neural environment of your next 8 hours, essentially setting the baseline for your entire next day. This diagram shows the beta state. These high-frequency brainwaves are associated with active thinking, stress, and fear. But as you fall asleep, your brain slows down into longer, breakneck alpha frequencies, and eventually theta waves, the slower patterns found in early sleep. Scientists call this specific crossover window the hypnagogic state. The hypnagogic state is the transitional period between wakefulness and sleep, where the protective barrier between your conscious and subconscious mind becomes extremely thin. This is the precise, fleeting moment when your logical brain is finally too tired to block your access to the associative processing power of your subconscious. Modern neuroscience has only recently labeled this brainwave state, but ancient civilizations codified this state into specific rituals and spiritual systems thousands of years ago. The ancient Indian text known as the Mandukya Upanishad explicitly categorized human consciousness into 4 distinct manipulatable states: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and a 4th state of pure awareness. This knowledge wasn't isolated to India. In ancient Egypt, citizens visited designated sleep temples. They were guided into specific stages of sleep to receive medical and spiritual answers from their deep subconscious. Greek philosophy utilized an identical ritual called incubation, where citizens slept in sacred spaces to extract solutions from the void of the mind. Across history, civilizations have treated sleep as a retrieval system for information otherwise locked away in the waking mind. The psychological engine that powers this hack is called the Zeigarnik effect. The Zeigarnik effect is a psychological principle dictating that the human brain obsessively remembers and processes uncompleted tasks far better than finished ones. The core mechanic relies on planting a deliberately unresolved question right before you hit the hypnagogic state. Leaving the thought incomplete forces your subconscious to cross-reference memories and past experiences all night long to solve it. To prepare physically, we can look to the ancient text of the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. You lie completely still in Shavasana, the corpse pose, a state of total physical relaxation used to quiet the nervous system, and focus purely on your breath to actively shut down the chatter of your beta brain. Once your mind quiets down, isolate a single vital question regarding a current life struggle, whether it's about your career, your health, or your relationships, and drop it into the silence. Combining the Zeigarnik effect with deep physiological relaxation directs the sleeping mind towards specific goal-oriented tasks. But there is a fatal mistake that ruins this process for 99% of people. The moment they ask the question, they feel the urge to immediately use logic to answer it, which instantly snaps the brain right back into the waking beta state. You must adopt the mindset of Sakshi Bhav, or witness consciousness. You observe the question like a seed planted in the dark, watching it without judgment, without anxiety, and without any analytical effort. The process demands absolute trust. Any fear or doubt acts as a corrupted signal, confusing the subconscious and ruining the frequency. Think of it like a modern search engine. You type your query and hit enter with complete faith that the invisible servers will process the result. You don't try to manually calculate the code yourself. Tonight, reclaim your mind's enter button from the algorithms and the stress. Input your own command in those final 2 minutes and allow your subconscious to organize your responses for the following day.